Welcome once again to the Webhead series. This is Yima, and today we're going to be discussing attributes and value. Before we go on, please be sure to subscribe so that you get more quality content like this every week. And that's that. So let's go on. Most HTML elements can have attributes, and these attributes provide additional information about an element. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that attributes are specific and they usually come in what I like to call a name value pair. Come in a name value pair. So a few of these attributes are going to be listed out here, and they include the title, align, ID, style. Now, mind you, the style attribute is going to pop up when we start discussing CSS. So as some of the other ones I'm going to mention here. And please take note that these are not all; these are just a few. We also have the DRR, the lang, which has been substituted for the XML language and no longer just a lang. The VIA line, the BJ color. Now, if you are not American, you might not be used to this, but please, in HTML when we're coding with color, we don't spell it the British way, which comes with a U. You have to exclude the U from here, so please take note about that. Then we also have the background, the alt, page reference, source, width, height, size, face, color, and a host of other attributes. So for the sake of this, we're just going to cover a few of these attributes. Okay. All right. So the first one is we're going to be making use of is the title. So we're going to start a new paragraph that we're going to use to show how the title is used. So before I complete this, I just want to tell you how it works. So basically, the title gives you a tooltip text, or the text that pops up when you hover around a word or a phrase or a line of text on your web page. So this is for title. I'm going to just use something short. Okay, so we're going to put title, and then we're going to put a text to specify and say title. I'm going to save this guy. We're going to go back here and reload, and there you have it. This is for title. Now when I take my cursor over this, you see title appears. The title that was written in here. Now, in order not to confuse someone, I'm going to add more text. I'm going to say title is good, and I'm going to save it again and come back here. I'm going to bring my cursor here, and you can see that title is good. Okay, so that's how we work with titles. So the next attribute we're going to be making use of after that, it's going to be the align attribute, and the align comes with 4 values, and those values are usually right, left, center, and the justify value. Now, why we're not going to be using the left is that by default, everything we type in the English format, we start typing from the left going to the right. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to use something short in here. Like this is for alignment. Okay, then we'll then use our line. So what value are going to use? Let's use center. Then we save. Then we come back here, and there it is at the center of the page. Now we can still come back and choose to put it on the right, and when we do that, you can see it's on the right hand side of the page. Okay, now what about justify? Justify, what it does is that it aligns it both at the right and at the left at the same time. Okay, so it won't work for this because it's a very short piece of text. So the only way would be able to work, there we have it, it's not going to really show what we want. So the only thing we can do, which is going to look really crazy and bonkers right now, is to copy something gibberish in nature in there. So you go bonkers and you type it. And we just keep typing, and we just keep typing. I'm sorry, this part I love goofing off sometimes, especially when it comes to things like this. We just keep typing, and we just keep going, and we go some more. Don't stop on my account. Now mind you, I'm using this just because I want to make an example. Please do not go type gibberish in your editor, okay? And let's see how that looks. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to first of all remove the justify, and maybe we're going to use okay, let's not use anything for now. Let's just look at it like it's normal. Okay, fine. So that means we're going to use left. Then we come here and we reload. There we have it. We have 2 carriages to the next line. Third one was incomplete. Okay, so we're going to remove left and we're going to use justify. And when we do that, you can see that it's now aligned at the left and at the right hand side. Yeah, so that's how we make use of it. But please, I beg of you, if you can just test with the gibberish, okay? Don't add it to your text. Make sure it's text that makes sense when actually designing someone's website. Thank you. Okay, so the next one we're going to be making use of is the direction, or the dir. So what the direction or the dir does is that it specifies the flow of text on the web page. And by flow of text, I mean on the whole web page. So we're going to implement it in the HTML with the HTML element. Okay, so HTML dir. Now there are 2 values for the direction. It could either be left to right or right to left. Now if you're English, Latin, or any other any of the other races that make use of the left to right format, then please do not implement this. But if you're Arabic or you're any other race that makes use of right to left when writing, then you can use this to specify for your audience. So what do? We can either use left to right, which is the default, or we can use right to left. Now we're going to stick to right to left. And there we have it. Everything starts from the right going to the left. Okay. So for now we're going to just remove that because we do not want our page affected. Okay, there we go. So we're going to go lower again, and then we're going to talk about the BG color, which is most often used with your body. Okay, so if you can see, I already implemented it, but please, I still have to specify some things. So when we're talking about the BG color, the truth is you have to use something that please a client of yours, or please yourself if you're doing the website for yourself. Use something that is not going to make everything look clumsy or too dull or too bright. Let's make use of something professional. So yes, you can make use of green. There we have it. looks dull. So let's make use of blue. It looks kind of bright. It just depends on the taste of whoever it is that needs the website done for them. Okay, so for me, I prefer gold because gold is just perfect. There we have it. So please do not forget color. Do not put a U there. Okay, it's OR. All right. So last but not least, I'm not just going to be introducing an attribute. I'm also going to be introducing a tag I hadn't used before. And that tag is what I like to refer to as the font tag. Okay. Now this font tag is used to basically adjust your font to however you feel deem fit. So I'm going to just type in here, this is for fonts. And please, you have to make sure you also close this before coming down and then closing the paragraph. Okay, there we go. So when we save this and reload, there we have it under this is for fonts. Okay, so the first thing we're going to adjust about our font is the size. Okay, so your size could be any number value. Do not be shy to use it. So what number value do we want to use? We know that the default is what, 12? Yeah, so let's use something big. Let's use 20. Then we save. On reloading, you can see that it's changed. It's quite big now. So the higher you go, the bigger your font gets. Now, what if we wanted to add something else, like color? Keep doing that way. Okay. Red. And your font has turned color to red. Can you see that? So, this is another thing you should note. You can make use of two different attributes as long as they apply to a particular element. You can use them and they would work. All you have to do is just space them up. So right now we have used two attributes. We have made use of size. We've made use of color. So the last one we're going to make use of is face. Okay. So what the face does is that it adjusts the family. So in this case, I am going to make use of Arial and then save it. And you can see that it's changed to Arial. For something a bit more unique and recognizable, I'm going to change it to Algerian, then save it, then come back here and you can see that it has changed once more. So that is how you use attributes and values to manipulate your fonts directly without thinking about CSS. Is that okay? Alright, cool. So we're going to stop here today. Thank you for watching, and please I'd be very happy if you could like this video if you enjoyed it, and please have yourself a wonderful coded day.